Hi everyone, welcome back to Plum Mashable. So I'm going to do my weekly decorations. I'm just flipping to it in my planner. I think I mentioned last week I wanted to do something for Anzac Day. So what I've done, grab these out first, is printed a bunch of things off the internet that I can kind of use in this. So the first one is I've got these Lest We Forgets, and then I've got the Ode. And I've also got this big soldier, and my sort of idea is that I'm going to run the Lest We Forget with the poppies on the bottom. I'm going to trim this up a little bit so that it sits where I want it to. And then I want to put the soldier on the side, but I don't quite know yet how I'm going to do that, or if I might need to go back and make him smaller. I haven't quite decided. So I'm just going to start off with cutting him out as best I can. So I'm just going to cut him out reasonably closely around all the edges. I'm fine to leave a little bit of white gap around them, but I am going to be as close as I can. So this could just take a little while. Alright, so he's all cut out. Now I'm just going to work out if this is actually going to work or not. Originally I was going to have him that whole side of the page. Now I'm not quite so sure. I'm almost thinking I want to have him sort of just there, and I'm aware that I'm going to lose all of Sunday. Oh, I don't know. Might just leave him there while I cut out the other bits. So this one is going, I'm going to cut, I'm going to have to change that. So I want the Lest We Forget, and I'm not so sort of worried about the poppies. So I'm going to sort of line this up at the bottom of the G with a little bit more. There we go. I'm going to lose most of Wednesday as well, and that's, again, I'm not particularly worried about that. So I'm going to cut just above that sort of shadow line, just so I just get the Lest We Forget in there. Whew. Just had a bit of a mini heart attack. Might actually just leave it a little bit lower than that, so I will cut a little bit more off the bottom in a minute. And then with the other one, I almost want to do the opposite. I want to keep the poppies, but get rid of all the words. So same thing, I'm cutting this as close to the bottom of that G as I can. Yeah, I just caught it, but you won't notice. And then at least you're sort of continuing that on. And I can have that, won't be the same thickness, but it'll be sort of there. Still not quite sure about that soldier. So I'm going to stick the Lest We Forget bit down because I know I'm happy with that bit. So I'm just grabbing my glue tape. I can remember where I put it. So because I know I want the top more than the bottom, just putting the majority of the glue at the top. And then it's just deciding. It's almost annoying that G's got such a low drop. I think I kind of have to go with it. We'll just have to deal with the fact that this is going to be a less functional week than some of my others, but I don't really have a lot going on at the moment, so that's probably not a bad thing. So I'm just cutting off the excess on the sides. You could obviously do this with your paper trimmer because it's just a little bit. I'm not so worried about doing it freehand. I'm also just grabbing my hole punch and I'm just going to hole punch out that one hole. Alright, there's that side. Not finished, of course, but we've got that bit done. The problem I have with this side is, do I put the poppies over the soldier or behind, or do I put the soldier behind the poppies? I think I almost want the poppies to stop where the soldier does, like to trim around him. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to stick the poppies down, but I'm only going to do half of it. And you'll see what I mean in a sec. And I'm going to use the lines on my planner to kind of judge where this goes, because I don't actually think I cut that particularly straight. And then the soldier, I think I'm just going to have to bite the bullet and just go with him fully on the side there. I think I want to bring him down a bit though. I might actually cover up Sunday completely and then just do like a little dash there and put Sunday on it too. One of the other reasons that I wish sometimes that I could make my own inserts, because this would be much easier. So I think I'm going to do that and stick him down. Kind of need to put him in the right spot. I'm just trying to cover up that Sunday so that you can't see that it's there. Like, even though we're going to know it's there. So I'm going to put a bunch of glue on. Damn it. It's alright. I will fix him. No, I won't. Good thing I printed two. I'm just going to cut the other one out and I'll be back in just a sec. Alright, so I've cut out another one of my soldiers. But while I was doing it, I just had a thought. Could I cut him there across that line and have him sitting on the line so I still get to keep some of my Sunday? And I don't know if that would look crap or not. So what I'm going to do is, considering I screwed this guy up, I'm actually going to use him as a bit of a test. So I'm just going to mark where my line is, and because I can draw on him, it doesn't matter. No, I think I'm going to go with the whole way. So just to get rid of that little sticky bit, I'm just going to rub that out. Okay. I'm just going to put him where I want him. I just have to cover up the Sunday. The rest of it doesn't really matter if it gets knocked off. So I'm being a little bit more gentle with my tape this time. Okay, so I'm just going to stick him down, making sure I cover the Sunday. There we go. So I'm just going to cut off all these excess bits, because there obviously is a lot of them. So this bit at the bottom, I'm going to grab my paper trimmer first and trim off all the excess. And then then I'm going to just grab I'm going to leave it actually. I was going to sort of cut it so it didn't sort of sit above, but now I'm looking at it, I don't actually dislike it. So I'm just going to grab that tape, just finish that sticking down off. I'm hoping this all makes sense. Okay. So there we've got the main thing. I actually really like that. I didn't think I would, but I do. So then I'm just going to go, the next thing I'm going to do, just grabbing a piece of white cardboard. This is just the Ode of Remembrance. Gives me chills every time I read it, see it, hear it. It gives me good chills. So what I'm going to do with this one is just really badly cut it out first. You'll see why in a sec. So I'm not paying any attention to cutting this straight. You could obviously do this with your trimmer. Don't really need to. So I'm going to stick this down just in the corner here. And then now I'm going to go and actually cut it out nicely, but I wanted it on the cardboard first. Just makes it a little bit easier. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut this one out. And you want to try, if you can, and keep the black lines in place. Okay, so when I was cutting that out, I messed it up really badly. So I cut out my spare one and I messed that up too. So what I'm going to do is grab this washi tape. And because I sort of want it to look like it's been mounted on something black. So I'm grabbing the tape, trying not to drop it on the floor. And just going to run it around the side of this cardboard like a border. Well, it is a border. I'm not panicking too much about it being 100% on the cardboard, so it doesn't need to be lined up perfectly. In fact, a little bit not perfect is probably good here because I don't want to see too much of the white if I can avoid it. Not on this side anyway. So just doing it this way. It doesn't even matter if it's not square because hopefully this little ode will fit right over the top. That's what I wanted. Rightio. So I'm just going to cut these off first. I'm just going to use scissors. It's not worth it. Then we're just going to put tape on this one and stick it on. I'm going to have it sitting here, so right in the middle. So if I have this more over to the left, that's not the worst thing, because then I can punch my holes down the side. Does sort of need to be straight though, so try and do that bit. There we go. Righto, so then that can be punched. It will punch a little bit into it, but not a lot. No, you probably do the top. No, I want it sort of middle. It's going to be very, very tight on this edge, and I'm aware of that, so I'm just being a bit careful when I punch. I don't know if you can quite see, that's a very, very small gap. we're good. And I've kept it all on those. So obviously it's going to be a little, what's the word I'm looking for? Delicate, but that's okay. Okay, so the last of what I want to do here. Do I want to put poppies at the top, or is that going over the top? Strangely enough, I actually think that works. I actually kind of think that does too. Just going to stick those ones down. Ryan's just expressed an opinion that he doesn't like the poppies at the top. Most of the time I trust his opinion. Something's not quite right, and I don't know what it is. I just think if I leave that blank, it's going to look too something. Anyway, we'll continue and we'll finish it off, and then we'll reassess at the end. So I'm just going to put in all my little details that I need to put in, including football. I'm also going to really quickly write all the footy details on the back of this. I'm actually going to do a cut. I'll be back in a sec. Alrighty, so that's all that done. Back end of my week's very boring. The only thing I'm going to do is just do a little, just so I know that I can put things on the 30th if I want to. I feel like it's missing something, and I don't know what. And Ryan says that the poppies don't look good at the top, but I feel like, yeah, I'm overriding you. I'm sorry. I'm overriding him because I feel like it's missing something, and I need to finish it off. So I'm just going to put this at the top on this side. Right, now I'm going to leave it alone. So that's my Anzac week. It is very overwhelming. It's not the right word, I don't think. It's very in your face. That's overwhelming. It is a little. It's very patriotic, maybe. I don't know. I think Anzac Day is the most important holiday or day, commemorative day. I think I've said this before on my channel, on our entire calendar. I just think it's very, very important. I go to dawn service every single year, and it's not just important because then I go and watch football. But to me, it's just one of those days that deserves everyone to stop and just think about all those people that have gone before us who've made me be able to do a YouTube channel or work in footy or whatever it is that you do. Their sacrifice has allowed us to do that. So I think it's important just once or twice a year to stop and remember them and just sort of, yeah, just remember them. So I hope you guys have an absolutely awesome Anzac Day. Please give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Let me know which parts of this you didn't like. Is the soldier too much? Let me know that one. That's my big kind of thing. Or was Ryan right? Should I not have done the stuff on the top? He'll be interested to hear if anybody agrees with him instead of me. If you haven't already, please subscribe so you don't miss anything. I've got some really exciting videos coming up in the next couple of weeks, so if you haven't already, please subscribe now. If you want to leave me a message of any kind, you can down below, or you can find me on any of my social medias. I hope you guys have an absolutely awesome week, and I will see you again really, really soon. Thanks a lot. Bye.